guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me again. Sorry for no video last week, guys. It was a week. It was definitely a week. It was just really hectic. There was Christmas shopping. We had a friend's 40th. We also had like a play date. So our daughter had a play date with one of her friends. And it was actually really nice. We spent a lot more time with like adults, which was brilliant. Seeing like grown-up friends was like, I would like to do that more often, please. Thank you very much. So yeah, I'm sorry. I did record a video, but it didn't get recorded until uh Tuesday this week, I think. And I thought, well, what's the point of putting that video up and then putting one up today? So I'm just going to apologize. I do apologize. I'm very sorry. So yeah, so that was last week. We are pretty much sorted with Christmas. I'm getting a little bit frustrated now though, because a lot of the things I want to make are like homemade, and I'm having to wait until closer to the date that we see people to make stuff, because I obviously don't want it going bad. I know some things I can freeze, but I'm a little bit wary of like freezing stuff and then taking them out just before we visit people, and for like the texture or the taste to have changed. So I think I'm just going to completely stress myself out and leave things until the last minute. Because let's face it, I exist on chaos. Chaos is, yeah. But apart from the like homemade stuff, we've got, I mean, the main thing is our daughter. Our daughter is sorted. My husband and I, we're not really doing stuff for each other. We have talked about various things. I don't know what he wants, let's face it. He's a well, I don't want to like stereotype, but in my mind he's like a typical man. He doesn't really ask for stuff, he doesn't mention stuff, so I'm kind of at a loss for what to get him. Other than he loves Warhammer, so, and all of that's really expensive, and we've kind of like given ourselves like a 20 quid budget or something. What we would really like is a new bed, but I would like to get a Super King, because I've kind of got used to having the bed to myself, and especially with my hip I kind of toss and turn. So I'd like a bigger bed, and they're pricey. They're pricey. So not really in the 20 quid budget, but but we're not really doing Christmas, and then we're going to put out like money towards that in the new year, maybe in the sale or something. Well, that was last week anyway. So did that. Christmas sorted. Apart from homemade stuff, my brain is not keeping on track. Sorry for repeating myself. And then this week I saw my physio and my consultant on Monday. I think it was Monday. They both basically told me to stop being impatient. I really just want to be kind of like back doing what I wanted, like what I used to do. I want to go back to work. I am so sodding bored. Oh my word, I didn't realise I could be this bored. So yeah, so I saw them. I've got new exercises from the physio. I think I've pretty much been signed off by the consultant. They're going to see me again in a couple of months, just to kind of double check that everything's going as it should be. And yeah, I am progressing, but I wanted to be back at work before Christmas, and sadly I don't think that's going to happen, which means even longer on statutory sick, which is frustrating, but never mind. So yeah, because I've been so bored, I've been, well, finding ways to entertain myself. The other day I made potato cakes, gnocchi and cream cheese all from scratch, just because, well, I was like in a doom scroll on whatever it was, YouTube, Facebook, who knows, and I see a lot of recipe videos, and I thought, well, I didn't, my brain thought, I can do that. And then it was like, you can do that, do it now, you've got the stuff, do it now. And it just wouldn't shut up until I did it. So that's what we did. And I'm crocheting a lot of stuff as well. I'm crocheting some gifts for people for Christmas. I came up with a pattern for this really nice kind of triangular cowl thing, and I made one for myself, and lots of people have commented on them, so I'm making those for some people. So it's keeping me busy, but not like work busy. Work is, I just want to go back to work, and I feel so useless sat at home doing nothing and not earning money, and it's very frustrating. Anyway, I'm going to shut up. I'm doing the rambly, which is very, very bad. Stuff, things. We have our £300 to go in this month, this week. And then we've got our money to come out. There's nothing left from fuel. That all got put in the cart. There's 0 left in food. That's interesting. Not sure how we spent spot on 80. Don't know. We spent a little bit out of fun, so there's 60 left in fun. But that is going to build up. I think I'm going to cap it at like 100. And then that'll be, if we do like a day trip, then we'll have money for like a day trip and stuff. Miscellaneous, there is 2/3 of nap all left in miscellaneous. Excellent. Right, what have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 552 left in miscellaneous. Oh dear. We have the pets folder in backwards, which is unhelpful. So in pets we have, I think my husband bought some litter or something recently, so there's 35 left in pets. And then clothing should still be maxed out, but let's double check. 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. I'm going to take some of that out actually, because all of my cash that came out the cash machine is in 20s. So I'm going to swap some of this. There we go. We don't really spend the clothing, and if we do, it's on like big stuff, so it doesn't matter that it's big notes in there, I guess. Our saving. Oh, God. Okay, there's a lot of change in there. Not sure what we spent our savings on. Oh, it would have been Christmas gifts, and we're kind of buying some of the Christmas food to put in. We've got a box on top of our fridge, so we're buying the Christmas food as we think of it, and then we're putting it in that box to put it to one side. Brain's trying to multitask and is failing miserably. So stay. We have 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 94, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 455, 456, 457, 25, 457, 25. Pretty sure that's what it was. So we're going to take the change out of there. So we've been left with 455. I'm going to double check. I'm so sorry. Yes, 455 left in there. So that's our savings money. I think with my husband and I not really doing presents for each other, there's going to be a good amount of that left. So we still have a bit of money in the Christmas food envelope, which is kind of food and snacks and drinks for us. So any kind of stuff that we're buying for making the homemade gifts and hampers and stuff is going to come out of the savings money. But honestly, I don't think we're going to spend a massive amount of that. So that's positive. This is good. We like this. This one is thoroughly fooked. Yeah. Hang on. There we go. Yeah. Buggered covers that, I think. So this is the holiday money. 20, 40, 60, 80. 1, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65. I don't know why I counted that, because that's been frozen at 465 whilst I've been off sick from work. So we're just double checking, I guess, that's, oh, I don't know what's going on today. I would have a goal. Have a goal? Do I have a goal? I don't know. I would like to try Disneyland Paris next year. So in 2026, I'd like to do Disneyland Paris. I'd like to do it kind of as cheaply as possible. And yeah, I've been looking into it. Some of our friends have done it. We've done Disney in America a few times. We went last October, me and my daughter. Spent an obscene amount of money for 1 week. It makes me feel awful just thinking about it. But yeah, we've never done Disneyland Paris. I think it's not going to be as good as America, but I've heard a lot of people saying that actually, you know, for what it is and for the difference in price that you pay, it's actually well worth it. And I also want to go up to Scotland in the summer. So one of my bucket list items is to see killer whales, orcas. I would love that. Oh my God, it just makes me so excited thinking about it. So we'd like to go up near like Inverness. Now that's probably just going to be like a static caravan holiday because there's quite a few sites around there. So we're going to do that in the summer holidays. So the holiday fund we need to build that up, and then we can pay for things like that. That's the one. So this is stuck is what this is. So this is our SSP money. This will be the last time, this week will be the last time we pay into it before payday on the 15th. This should give us almost enough to kind of up my income to full from my statutory sick. We might need to take 100 or a little bit more out of savings, but anyway, shut up, Sophie. Oh my goodness. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 94, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 5, 15 in there, 5, 15. Yeah, I think SSP covers roughly half of my income. So we'd need about 650. So this will put us at about 550. So we'll need a little bit out of savings just to bump that up. And then Christmas food, we've not taken anything out. That's probably why miscellaneous is so low, actually, because I know for a fact we have bought some Christmas food and it's not come out of that money, it's come out of miscellaneous instead. Never mind. It's fine, it's fine. We've got very little going into savings, which does make me a little bit sad. Hang on, what came out? All the sevens today, 777 today. It's not a massive amount, but we do have 20 in our envelope already, which was money that would have gone into our clothing fund, but because that's maxed out, we don't pay into that, so that goes straight into savings. So we've just got 27.77 going into here today. I've not been keeping track the last few weeks because ever since I've lost my little book where I write stuff down, I've not been keeping track of what's been going into each envelope. So it's going to be a bit of a surprise when I open them all. Brain. Oh, I was trying to do two things at once and my brain just went, nope, stop it. You can't do anything now. Yes, so the last few weeks, and I'm lazy and couldn't be bothered finding a pencil to write on the envelopes either, so it's going to be a big surprise what is going where and how much is actually left in those. Anyway, shutting up. So everything's out, we just need to pay in. We have our usual 300 here. There we go. We've got our usual 300 going in. We've got 80 We've got 80 going into food, 20, 40, 60, 80. We overspent on food last week. I realise now why we had nothing left in food. Because I did the video late, the money just kind of sat all together, so we weren't keeping track of what was coming out of where. And because of that, I think, and because we were getting like some Christmassy bits as well, we overspent on food, and a lot of the kind of the excess had to come out of miscellaneous, and it was not good. I definitely need to do these videos as soon as the money, like we draw the money out for the week, because otherwise, like I say, it sits in one pot all together and then it gets frittered away, for lack of a better term. Fun, we're putting 20 into fun. Miscellaneous, we're putting 40 in there. I don't think we've got any plans for activities this week. Oh no, we do. Next week we are going, wait, what date are we on? Yes, so this week we are going to the theatre. It's just a local, like a small local theatre, and we're watching Cinderella for Christmas. My daughter doesn't know, she's going to be very excited. Have we got any other plans? I have seen tickets for another show, but it's on a school night and it's in Manchester. So it's quite a drive, and it's going to mean that it's a very late night for my daughter. And she's only 5. It might be okay. I don't know. They're really cheap tickets. They're like tickets that haven't sold, so they're selling them off really cheap. And I would very much like to go. And I think she'd love it, but I don't know. I can't. She's a bit of a nightmare when she doesn't get a good night's sleep, so I'm not 100% certain. We'll decide. I'll tell you next week if we go. So we're on to clothing. Oh God, we're throwing money around. We're putting 20 quid into clothing, but that is maxed out. So we've got envelope 51. Oh, so exciting. So envelope 51 is getting £20 in that is not being paid into clothing. Where's the holiday? So the holiday is frozen. We're leaving that at 465, but the 40 that would have gone into holiday is going into our SSP funds. So we're doing 40 in there, which gives us a really good chunk of money. I'm glad that I did that. I'm glad I didn't kind of carry on paying into the holiday fund and did that. I think we would have more in there at the beginning of when I first went off sick. If we had like money left over, instead of putting it into the savings envelopes, I was putting it into the SSP fund, and I kind of stopped doing that just because it was looking quite healthy. And yeah, I really want to put as much into the envelopes as possible, just to have that money saved at the end of the year. I'm very excited. I am very excited to unstuff the cash envelopes, the savings envelopes. But I do think next year I'm probably going to do an actual savings challenge where I'm kind of marking stuff off. This one, I'm very chaotic. I'm not very good at following rules. I'm not very good at kind of keeping up with stuff if I have to do it. So this works for me, this very chaotic way of saving. But I do think it will be good for, I don't know, to keep me motivated to kind of see things being marked off. I don't know. What I like and how I work changes day to day. Some days I want to be really organised and some days I want to be chaotic. I don't know. We will see. We'll see what I'm feeling like in a week or two. We've got 40 going into fuel. I'm going to put that in the front in a second. And then the last 50, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, perfect, is going into our savings pots. What does that give us? I think we took some out. Well, I know we took some out last week. Let's see what that gives us in total, because we might need to, I've said if we get to 500, I'll pay it into the account and then put like a placeholder in here. So we've got 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 94, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 500. Right, so I'm going to pay that 500 into the account and then put a placeholder in there just so it's not kind of sat there. But that is amazing. We've got 505 in savings. Hey, go me. Oh, that's nice. I like that. That's a good feeling. My brain's like, do it again. Get that feeling again. Do it again. Oh, anyway, 40. I talk about my brain like it's a whole nother like person. Shut up, Sophie. So 40 in fuel, fuck's sake. Right, we are done. Everything is paid in. We've got the money in next week's envelope. We have money paid in. We've got lots of waffle for me to edit out or leave in. Who knows? It depends how bored I get editing this video. Have a great week though, guys. I will see you next week. It will be the Friday before Christmas when I see you next. Yeah, very exciting. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all sorted for Christmas. Have a wonderful week and happy budgeting, guys.